Ah, there you go. Boy, I'll tell you, what a busy day. Lord, Lord have mercy. Oh, I, yeah, I was at the supermarket. I think I may have gotten, if I didn't get an 8 hour day, I think I came close. There was an awful lot to do. I come walking in the morning, forget what time of day, uh, but no big whoop what time of day. But I go walking in, and lo and behold, in the frozen food locker, no, I'm sorry, the dairy locker, the dairy locker cooler. It's like a big room that's kept at a certain temperature so that uh, the dairy products don't freeze, but they also don't get too warm, right? So it's kept. I think it's in the mid to low 30s. It's not quite down to freezing, but close. Just just tickling at it. And the milk and the creamers and all that's all sitting in boxes and probably relatively protected. The yogurt, I don't. It's rare you see anything freeze up. Pretty rare. Now, on the other hand, the guys working in there freezing up all the time. It's cold in that doggone room. I always, when I know I'm going and I'll be working in dairy or frozen, I always come in with a few layers to work. And honestly, I could easily do the dance of I'd say the 15 veils, and still have some left over. Yeah, for modesty, I think I could. Oh, I'm bragging a little and exaggerating a whole lot, but the point is layers, layers, gloves, hat, and you might get through. Trouble is, then once you start knocking down the pallets of stuff, you start getting warm because you're exercising. Yeah, but still, it there's something about it. The warmth from your body filling, you know, the inside part of your clothing actually feels kind of good. And the little bit of cold that's on your face, or if you're not wearing gloves, your hands, although I almost always wear gloves, um, that gives you kind of, I don't know, kind of a, it's not bad. It's like just a little bit of a chill. And the rest of your body, if you're dressed right, you don't feel too awful cold. A little, but not so bad. And you just keep right on working till finally, pallet one is done. It was when it came into the cooler, it was about 6 feet high, maybe higher, not 7 feet, but maybe six. And you knocked it down. Now all that, whatever was on that, from um, from quarts of milk to yogurt, is now on these little rolling platforms called U-boats, and but there's still two or three more of these pallets to do. Two anyway, two more. And you keep thinking, God, once I do all this, now I got to push these darn rolling platforms, U-boats, out to the dairy section, and start putting stuff up. And it's it's a chore. It'd take anywhere from, depending on what you got on the U-boat, it could be anywhere from 45 minutes to maybe 2 hours of just slugging it out, trying to jam that yogurt into its proper spot on the shelf. And it's, I'll tell you, it's a challenge. And almost any supermarket you got, they're doing that every day. Every day, there's someone somewhere in that store loading a shelf, and doing a darn good job of it too. Won't hurt to say thank you to them now and then, and a little conversation. A lot of times too, these folks will know what maybe something just went up in price. They might alert you to that, and point you out to something just as good that went down in price a little. It's always good to stay friendly with people working the shelves. They got their eyes open for you, and also a bit for themselves too. I know many a time I'd be sticking something on that shelf, and I'd say, oh, look at that. They got raspberry yogurt. We don't always, and that's fruit on the bottom. You know, next thing you know, I'm snagging a box of Dannon yogurt with fruit on the bottom and sticking it in the, sticking a few of those yogurt containers on the shelf in the cooler with a little sign saying, these are for Doc. Shut up. And take them home, give them to Sandy. Get a hug. So you get the idea. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to be in a supermarket. But if it's something you think you might like to try, you can always go in, fill out an application, talk a bit with the others, and then if you don't like it, well, no one's going to tie you to a post, you know, or lock you in the cooler. They're actually, I don't think you can be locked in the cooler now that I think about it. At least not ours. It's got all these straps over it, keeping the cold air on the proper side. But you get the idea. It's a relatively, once you get into the swing of things and you know what goes where, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Anyway, enough of my baloney. I just thought I'd say. And I don't mean just my store. There's so many stores, so many supermarkets that can always use someone. Most of them can use part-timers too. If you're looking to make a little extra money so you can go on a vacation or a really nice dinner, or one of the kids is getting married or something, make sure, if you're up there in age, make sure your heart's okay, your back's okay, that kind of thing. See your doctor, in other words. And if he gives you the go-ahead, give it a whirl. Yeah, you will lose weight. Oh, you'll lose weight. I think when I started doing dairy work, I think I was about 185. Now I'm like 135. And in pretty darn good shape, I gotta say. I mean, I'm not going to get into a fight with anyone or anything, and I suppose I could probably do a little more running than I do. But I'm in pretty, as far as lugging all day at the store, which is about the major challenge I face. It's I usually get her done. Yeah, me and Larry the cable guy. Get her done. Was that Larry the cable guy did that? I think it was. Well, he probably worked in the supermarket. Yeah. Anyway, it's not such bad work. You might want to consider. And it is a nice way to knock out a few coins every month and put that to whatever. It's a thought. I'll see you later. God bless. And clean up in aisle 18, please. We'll see you. No, I'm not kidding. Aisle 18. Yeah, get the mop. Okay. I'll see you later. Bye now.